The Bethesda game showcase is almost here. Will we find out something new this time, or is this just another regurgitation of things that we already know that are gonna happen? Let's find out.
Bethesda game showcase, and the leaks have been seriously ramping up as we get closer to this event. Immediately after I posted my initial video covering some of these leaks, we got a bunch more, and in many ways, the second batch is even more telling.
God, this is probably the worst part in the Indiana Jones trailer. This is from the movie, by the way, and the thing is, you can see in the game that they're not even close. Indy cannot just headbutt him. You know, they're like miles apart almost at this point. It's so poorly done.
Than the first. But the first thing I think we need to talk about is this Fallout 3 remaster. Coming off the insane hype for the Fallout TV show, we've been seeing a ton of speculation that a Fallout 3 remaster could end up at this year's summer showcase. And here I want to dive in.
Could, but do we want Fallout 3 remastered? Fallout 3 is like only the third best Fallout game, arguably.
Into whether or not that's actually going to happen. A lot of this recent speculation is fueled by a recent leak from Jez Corden. He mentions hearing that Microsoft wants the next Fallout game out faster. This due to the massive success of the Fallout TV show and a huge influx of players into Fallout games, and from what
Man. And she goes, okie dokie. Man, Eva Parnell, I did not like you at the start, but now I would plant seed. Okay, not gonna lie, boys, it's very simple. Now I would. But her catchphrase, okie dokie, is not even the catchphrase she uses in the show multiple times. Okie dokie. She just says it at the start and at the end, and then it's not even a catchphrase. It's kind of hilarious that this is supposed to be her catchphrase.
Fallout games, and from what I heard, Bethesda was not expecting this large of a bump. So upon hearing that Xbox wants the next Fallout game here sooner, many people immediately jumped to this Bethesda.
By the way, the fact that they did not anticipate this large of a bump is very evident in the fact that they put everything on sale for 75+%. That is crazy. They initially anticipated that they're not even gonna actually get people in. That's why they did the discounts. But again, it was a huge success. So, you know, it ended out really good for them, but no one, including themselves, expected any of this.
Heard Bethesda was not expecting this large of a bump. So upon hearing that Xbox wants the next Fallout game here sooner, many people immediately jumped to this Bethesda roadmap that leaked last year. This was made in 2020, but leaked as a part of the FTC trial, and it lists a Fallout 3 remaster as a fiscal year 2024 release. So right off the bat, as you're probably connecting these dots, you can start to see how people are getting very hyped. The remaster was scheduled for this year anyway, and now all of a sudden we see Microsoft trying to get a Fallout game out sooner. Surely the remaster...
I don't know if I care about Fallout 3 Remake, okay? What is the story of Fallout 3? Well, everyone is fighting about who is gonna turn on the water purification plant. And everyone's goal is to turn it on, but they're fighting about it because, you know, reasons. Which is the dumbest shit ever. Everyone's goal is to turn it on, but we need to fight about it, which is great. Also, your destiny is to die in there, even though you have multiple companions that can survive the radiation, but they're like, that's your destiny, butter cheeks. It's pretty dumb.
Master is going to be here at the showcase, right? Well, maybe not. Well, this leaked roadmap has been incredibly accurate. Even in just the last few weeks, we've learned almost everything that was pitched or in development at some point is accurately reflected on this roadmap, with the one major inaccuracy being the timing. Many things on this were delayed. The Elder Scrolls 6 is listed right next to that Fallout 3 remaster, and I don't think the Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out this year. So it doesn't really seem likely that the Fallout 3 remaster is a 2024 release either.
Effectively, he's saying that Microsoft has saved Bethesda. Because remember, Starfield was supposed to drop 2 years earlier, but Microsoft prevented them from dropping Starfield. Because it was too buggy. And Starfield on release was a fucking bug shit show, okay? Imagine how much worse Starfield would have been if it released 2 whole years earlier without any bug fixes. Insanity.
And one of the other notable parts around a Fallout 3 remaster is we haven't seen many leaks as of late. We did get this one 4chan leak that did mention a Fallout 3 remake being shown at this year's show and releasing in October of 2024, but beyond that, nothing actually credible from insiders or otherwise has leaked around this, which is curious. On the other side, we have this Oblivion remaster, which has had several other leaks. It of course is on the roadmap, but it also got a very notable Reddit post, and even the reputable insider Nate Drake said he heard of an Oblivion remaster being shopped around, but when asked about a Fallout 3 remaster last summer, he hadn't heard anything on that subject. But on the flip side, something definitely is going on. During a recent interview, Todd Howard may have just confirmed that 2 new Fallout projects are in production, and one of the
Oh god, this is just completely fully reused. This is not even a new video, Juicehead. What are we, this desperate?
these certainly could be a Fallout 3 remaster. But even on top of that, we do still have this bizarre Fallout TV show reference that I feel a lot of people forgot about. During the Fallout TV show, Cooper Howard is advertising Vault ownership, and a number appears on screen so you can reserve one for yourself. If you call this number, you'll hear screaming.
Yeah, so you called Bethesda's offices. What now?
But if you text the number, it'll mention how the next available appointment is in 33 weeks, and how you can sign up for more communication going forward. 33 weeks from the release date of the Fallout TV show is Wednesday, November 27th, which is a really solid release date for a video game, although we have no idea if this actually is a video game. And frankly, I have no idea what this could be, but it's gotta be something, right? As you text this number, you can agree to get further communications in the future, so it seems like they were setting up something here that would continue. But since the release of the show, nothing's actually come from this. Starfield's DLC is rumored to be dropping in September, so that seems to be largely ruled out, if not the
I can't wait for it, it's gonna be great.
obvious option. Alternatively, this could be teasing a winter update for Fallout 76.
Wow.
Maybe it really is just a tease for a Fallout 3 remaster. Over the past few years, Bethesda has really locked down as far as leaks go, and we don't really get all that much anymore, particularly when it comes to Bethesda game studios. So now on one hand, I kind of doubt this is the release date for a Fallout 3 remaster, but at the same time, it's gotta be something, and I really haven't seen this talked about all that much. So I wouldn't be shocked if at the summer showcase, something gets revealed for a November 27th release date, and I have to imagine it's something Fallout related. And now, as we're just 2 weeks away, I really do have this feeling that we see something Fallout get announced at the showcase, simply due to just how big this IP has gotten as of late. Even if we just got a logo reveal for a future game, I think that would get a ton of fans very excited. But on the flip side, the new Doom game has gotten a ton of leaks over the past couple of days. Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming reports that the new Doom game will be revealed at the Xbox Showcase, and it'll be titled Doom: The Dark Ages, which will be a medieval-inspired Doom world. From that leaked Bethesda roadmap, we saw this game was codenamed Doom 0 Year, and it seems like they meant that in a literal sense, a Doom game set in the year 0. To me, this sounds incredible. Lots of the older Doom-like games, or even some mods for older Doom games, actually did utilize a medieval setting, although I don't think Doom: The Dark Ages will be full-on medieval like some people are expecting. I don't think it's just going to be sword fights and knights. They'll likely be guns or something like that. Doom is an otherworld game, and as such, medieval times and the Dark Ages there will likely look a bit different than they do in our timeline. Although with all of this news coming out, a quote from years past has resurfaced as a pretty interesting one. As during a stream a few years ago, creative director Hugo Martin described the next Doom game almost like a monster truck, while the previous one with Eternal was more of a race car. So to me, it sounds like this medieval Doom is being
Sounds like absolutely nothing in a bunch of bull, thank you, but okay.
described as a slower but
I mean, I hope they don't fail Doom. Doom is the one thing that I actually think they could succeed. Doom is unironically the one thing that actually doesn't look like a fucking failure here. So, kinda high hopes for Doom, honestly.
perhaps more brutal game compared to some of the previous entries, which were a lot more fast-paced with constant action happening around you. And just personally for me, this all sounds amazing. I'm definitely not the biggest Doom fan in the world, but these leaks have gotten me way more interested in this game's reveal and whatever it'll entail. And yet, funny enough, that isn't even the biggest leak around the new Doom game, as it has also been reported by both Nate Drake and confirmed by Jez Corden that Doom: The Dark Ages will be announced as a multi-platform release. So we'll get the new Doom game reveal, but then seemingly it'll also be listed as coming to PS5 in addition to both Xbox and PC, which for many Xbox fans is a very big deal. We of course saw massive controversy around this earlier this year when Xbox Era leaked that Starfield was coming to PS5, and we even saw several other
Oh boy, people got pissed. Oh no, Starfield, the greatest game ever, going to PS, how will we ever sleep at night? Oh boy.
Insiders back up this idea. So of course, Xbox later came out and clarified
Hilarious.
that this was not happening, and instead, 4 other games would be going multi-platform, but not Starfield. But my speculation at the time, which I still believe, was Xbox changed their plans. Starfield was supposed to come to PS5, but then they saw the gigantic backlash that was happening and changed their tune, not wanting to anger the audience that much. But some even more recent reports from Jez Corden describe that Xbox
Do we believe that honestly? Because, Xbox has been angering their fans, especially recently, with a lot of different stuff. So, would they, in the first place, even take into account the fans? I honestly doubt it.
wants no limits with the games that could go multi-platform, and this does seem to indicate a major shift in their business strategy. So instead of the core goal really being Game Pass sales and getting as many people onto the Xbox platform as possible, for some of these games, they're going to be focusing on getting as many players as possible, with Game Pass simply being one of the cheapest ways to actually jump into them. And there have been even further rumors and speculation that are kind of at a high level that the next Xbox could be very different with a much larger focus on Windows. So for a lot of you, you might not personally care all that much about exclusivity or really a lack thereof with future titles. And yeah, I'm definitely in that camp. I'm a PC gamer and I have been for decades. This kind of stuff doesn't really affect me all that much. But at the same time, for many who felt like they were investing into Xbox as a platform, this shift and a major new release with Doom coming to other platforms really removes a lot of the justification for investing into Xbox, and we definitely could start to see a lot of people switch over to PS5, or likely more so whatever the next generation console ends up being. And a very likely future is, regardless of what Xbox announces at their showcase, this will end up dominating the discussion around the showcase because it is such a big strategy shift. We've separately heard from several insiders that this year's showcase was shaping
Well, people are gonna discuss that, that's for sure.
up to just be insane. So it'll be interesting to see what ends up getting more discussion, the games or some of the details around the games. But to me, what was easily one of the biggest leaks to come out recently was also from Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming, as they report both Avowed and Indiana Jones will have hands-on previews that will be dropping after
Avowed is also, by the way, one of the things that is exciting. Avowed could actually be, an actual decent Fallout game. Admittedly, it's not Fallout, but you get you get the gist. It's actually a role-playing game. So, Avowed and Doom look hopeful, but sadly, everything else looks complete trash, yo.
the Xbox showcase. Reportedly at Summer Game Fest 2024, the two games will be playable by media and content creators. I am attending this event, so if the opportunity arises,
Of course you are, and you're saying good things about it because reasons, obviously.
I will definitely try to play these games and get subscribed for any content that could come around that. But to me, these two games getting hands-on is a really big deal for two reasons. On one hand, it almost certainly confirms that both of these games are going to be coming out this year. Tom Warren has claimed Avowed will be dropping in November with Indiana Jones in December, and with us getting a hands-on so far in advance over the summer, it definitely seems like, yeah, that'll confirm those release dates. But more importantly, we'll find out if the games are actually good. Media and content creators getting
No, because they couldn't even animate this animation properly. I watched the trailer, and again, this is what I pointed out. Watch.
But more importantly, we'll find out if the games are actually good. Media and content
Okay, see? Look at this. He grabs the hammer.
creators get
So, this is a common thing that you do in animations. You do the thing where, the hand grabs it, but here, first of all, it's not actually grabbing it. It's like doing essentially this, which is dumb. It's not even in that direction. It doesn't create illusion if you're actually taking anything. When you're making a game that can't even do basic fucking animations like this properly, I don't think you have a future. I don't think that this is gonna be even worth to the bucks, honestly, at the end of the day. It's just trash because the way you do your most insignificant things is the way you do everything in life. So the fact that they couldn't even make this minor animation not shit means the whole game is most likely complete garbage.
getting to go hands-on this far in advance is a pretty big deal, as those impressions will be far more informative than a highly edited CGI or gameplay trailer. I feel like with both Indiana Jones and Avowed, they're kind of unknowns right now. Indiana Jones is being executive produced by Todd Howard, and the initial gameplay really looked exciting, but it is one of those games
No, it did not. Look at this. Look at this whip.
that's kind of hard to lock
Bam.
down.
How does this work? I don't know. but those are the animations.
It's an
They're
interesting
bad.
genre mashup, but in just a few weeks, we're going to be hearing from people who actually got to play this.
And yes, he deflected a bullet with a whip.
So we'll find out if that mashup works or not. And Avowed even more so. This initial teaser won over fans instantly, but the follow-up gameplay for Avowed really killed a lot of the steam that was going for this game, as many fans found themselves being way less hyped once this trailer dropped. I think the developers
True. The big thing that doesn't look good about Avowed is magic combat. I talked about this a lot, and that's like the big thing that doesn't look good about Avowed. Now, I still have hopes for Avowed because I think it could be a success, but the magic dual spec wanding BS, it looks like you're, essentially throwing glitter at people and then they just magically slump over and die. That is super bad and should be changed immediately because people are gonna hate magic because of it.
Developer Direct earlier this year and some of the gameplay around that did win back quite a few, but
Yeah, look at this. This is the one.
in my eyes, a hands-on impressions, actually having somebody go through and experience some of that Obsidian questing, will be the most telling around what Avowed will actually end up being. Because Avowed
Pistols seem kind of okay.
may even still be getting upgrades.
But yeah, these are the ones. It's
Discordant just
so
recently
bad.
reported that Avowed has moved to Unreal Engine 5.3. The gameplay we saw in January at the Developer Direct looked really good, but maybe we're even going to see a further upgrade at the summer showcase.
The sword is fine. It's not perfect, obviously, but it is fine. But the magic is the... Yeah, I don't think I'm playing magic in this game, okay?
So with a new gameplay trailer and hands-on impressions, assuming these actually do come out, I really think Avowed could be set up to
That's better, but that's like a charge attack.
end up winning a lot of fans back. But we also have heard how the Xbox Showcase will be featuring several non-Xbox games. On the latest episode of the Xbox 2 podcast, Jez Corden described
Oh, hell yeah, Hellblade, the most underrated title ever, and you should buy it because it's actually awesome. You're just still stupid, you don't understand how great Hellblade 2 is. Bigot. What a bunch of garbage, though. Anyway, that was Juicehead. So we have Doom, Doom, Year Zero, or whatever we're gonna call it, Avowed, and everything else looks like a disaster still. 10 out of 10. But again, Avowed is very much interesting. Anyway, bye-bye.